It's been a whole year since I last made a myth-busting video, but now it's time to return with 69 myths and dumb science ideas for Season 2. We've got a lot to get through, so let's crack on. Here's my creator code, just in case you want to use it. Ding! Myth 1. In the trailer for the new season, a character is seen sliding under a tank to plant C4. Is sliding under a tank actually possible? Well, here we go. And no, it isn't. Unless Penny is just too thick for this task, I don't think it's possible. Yet once, this happened. I slid underneath and the tank became stuck on Penny. Myth busted? Maybe that gap is too small. What about sliding underneath vehicles with those chunky tires? Nope. And what about chunky tires on a truck? Yes, that does work. This is weird. Speaking of sliding into position, what about sliding under all the IO haulage rigs? Yeah, easy enough, but for some reason it's not all of them. Some of them will completely stop you in your sliding tracks. When driving a tank, there's a small hole to see the driver. Can we snipe someone through that tiny hole? Well, let's go. It's another bust. The shot lands, but only acts to break the cover of the driver. Myth. The repair tool can fix anything that's metal. That can't be true, can it? Here's a damaged arcade cabinet. Keep an eye on those cracks. And holy heck, it's true. This tool reverses time on anything metal. Myth. The cowcatcher will resize to fit the vehicle. Okay, so if I throw this cowcatcher on this bigger vehicle, they should... Oh, they do. Confirmed, the cowcatcher resizes to suit the vehicle. How about a cowcatcher on an ice cream truck? No. And on a tank? Of course not, it's a tank. What happens when two vehicles with cowcatchers plow into each other? This is going to be good. 3, 2, 1, go. Absolute carnage. And just in case you're wondering what happens when two cars normally collide, this happens. Boing. Next, what happens when two tanks go head to head? Well, check this. Both fall on their backs like turtles stuck on their shells. Oh, and this leads to another myth. Can we flip a tank? Yes, we can. Without a doubt, this is my favorite thing this season. What happens when a repair tool is used on a broken down car? Look at this. It reverses time and even brings back the tires. Oh, let's take this further. What if the tires on the car were chunky to begin with? Will they come back as big? Yes, they do. This is great. This thing is magical. This led to another myth. Can we hide C4 inside a broken vehicle and then repair it so it's hidden inside? So for this one, I smashed the windscreen, threw in some C4, and then we fixed it up good as new. You can still see it, but I don't think anyone would look for it. And the moment of truth, can we still explode that C4? And yes, we can. That is satisfying. This person says C4 can now be picked up by your enemy and used on you. I didn't believe it until I saw it myself. It's true. As this repair tool is so great, can we use it to repair enemies? Oh god, no. I regret nothing. Keeping with that C4, can we hide it inside a tank where the driver sits? This could be complicated. We managed to get this to work. We added C4 into the cockpit. And yes, indeed, when someone got in, it closed up and it was locked inside. But when we clicked to explode it, the driver didn't take any damage at all. All that happened was the same as the sniper earlier on. The yellow part became disabled. So technically, myth busted. So mantling was brought into Fortnite, so let's quickly go over those mechanics. Can we mantle a one-tile wall doing a standing jump? Well, yeah, quite simple. What about 1.3 tiles high? It's possible, yeah, standing jump can clear up to 1.3 tiles. How about 1.5 tiles high? This is possible, but you'll need to perfectly time a running jump to get this. By the way, if you're struggling with timing of these mantle jumps, you should know that you can switch them in the game settings. I have mine set to push forwards, which means if it's possible to mantle, my character will grab hold. And the ultimate test, can we mantle 2 tiles high? No, of course we can't. Why would you even think that? So, using all these skills, the next myth is it possible to mantle all the way up to the top of the Daily Bugle without using any stairs? It sure is, and there's even a world record on offer if you want to do this faster than everybody else. I'll tell you more about that record in another video coming soon. Next myth, is it possible to shoot through the rotor blades on the airships? Okay, this is like a double one. In real games, you'll be yeeted into the air if you try and stand on the rotor blades here, but in Battle Labs, it's possible, so we'll do it there. And here we go. Yes, it's technically possible to shoot through the gaps, yet it's not reliable. Can the thermal optics spot someone in a bush? Well, can you see them? Well, they are there. So no, you can't. You can't see anyone hiding with your thermal vision. Can the thermal optics see people underwater? Let's try it. And it's another bust, only above the blue stuff. Although it is a little easier to see people swimming underwater. Here's the best and most ridiculous myth of the episode. Is it possible to stack a tank on a tank to make a mega tank? Yes, you heard me right. This is my kind of stupid. I asked a bunch of the PSG Discord to help me out, and they sure did. There's a link in the description if you want to join our Discord, by the way. And look what we created. This monstrosity. It only stays up if no one touches it. It all falls to pieces the second we start shooting, driving, and moving the turrets. But I don't think we wasted an hour of our life creating this monstrosity. It's beautiful. I hear there's 7 tanks in a public game of Fortnite. One day, that will be a world record we will go for. While we have 5 tanks, let's do another myth. With enough firepower, an airship can be destroyed. We tried for like 10 minutes, but no, this ain't going anywhere. Myth busted. Last season, Fallible Trees were added to Fortnite, and we discovered a tree will automatically fall on top of one of your enemies, but we didn't know how it chose who to squish. So we sat in for a game, and one by one we knocked down trees until we understood what happened. It turns out the tree will always hit an enemy, but it will hit the one closest to the tree. So if you're in a gunfight this season with no builds, and the tree looks like it's coming down, don't be the closest to the tree because it will hit you. Myth, a pickaxe can take off someone's overshield in a single hit. This can't be true, can it? And no, 20 damage as usual, you'll need to hit them 3 times for them to actually feel it. Does a tank float? This one seems too good to be true. Oh, it does. It does. Myth confirmed. No, it sinks. It sinks just a little later. Myth busted. Can a campfire repair a tank? There's not a chance, is there? Well, let's try. And damn, it sure does. Fire is magical in Fortnite. It can heal us all. I wonder if the repair tool can start a campfire as it's fire on fire. And no, because Fortnite logic doesn't make any sense. Can a repair tool bring back a fully destroyed tank? Let's try it. Let's destroy this tank. Does the repair tool bring it back? It does not, and eventually the tank will get so sick of your shizzle it will vanish into thin air. Question, when builds return, will they stop a tank? Tanks are quite big, I don't think this will work, but this is an easy myth to check. Here are 4 walls, wood, brick, metal and armoured. Let's see what the tank doing. It easily smashes through the first 3 walls, but the armoured wall will stop it in its tracks for a moment. It'll need to reverse and recommit to take that wall out at a second try. When using a cowcatcher as cover, can it be repaired as quickly as one person shoots to destroy it? Oh, so kinda is the best way to put that. When building comes back, can a cowcatcher be used to break someone's wall? Wow, yes, the cowcatcher is instantly a way to take your wall away. Can mantling be used to stop fall damage? This is really interesting as it depends from what height, but yes, it can be used at lower heights to prevent any fall damage. But if you try it from a crazy height, the animation will begin, yet you'll still take all the fall damage. Now let's go into the future. What happens when builds come back? Can we build a wall and mantle onto it when we fall? Here's the setup. This fall here takes 49 health points away, but by building and mantling whilst falling, you take 0 damage at all. Fortnite is changing, even for the sweats. This person wants to know, what glider does the Origin have? And I can confirm he has the default glider. Thanks for your help, Origin. Is it possible to mantle trees? This one is good to know if you're ever playing hide and seek, because it's true. Depending on which type of tree you try to mantle, it is possible. Staying up there though isn't easy, but the option's there should you want it. Myth, a tank can use a player-made bridge. This one surprised me because 1, it's true, completely true, and it also works with simple wooden structures. We can get a tank anywhere we want with our own builds. Can a player survive a tank being dropped on them? For science, I became the victim and no, full on squashed. Rip. What happens when a tank uses a rift? I'm down to try this, and it sure can, but the results vary. On 3 different occasions, I had 3 different outcomes. Sometimes it's fine, the tank will land and you can drive away. Sometimes the tank will become unusable and start sliding on its own way. And sometimes this will happen. You'll be full on glitched under the map, where you'll likely insta-die, which leads to another useful myth. Glitching under the map can reveal future map changes. I know exactly where to look for this one, and ta-da! Myth confirmed. These are the Rock family which are coming back to the game over the next few months. If you've watched my content since chapter 1, you'll know how awesome these guys are. If not, be sure to tune in next week. So there we have it, 69 myths chased, tested and busted. Thanks for sticking around. It's been a while since I've done myth chasing and I've really enjoyed this. I'll be back again later in the week. See ya!